The day I exposed my husband's secret bank accounts and his affair in front of our entire church congregation in Dallas, Texas, was the same day he realized the woman he thought he had broken had been quietly building his downfall. My name is Elena. I'm 34 years old, and until 2 years ago, I thought I had the perfect life in Dallas, Texas. My husband, Marcus, was a real estate broker. Charming. Smooth-talking. The kind of man who could sell sand in a desert. Everyone admired him. He donated to local events, shook hands after Sunday service, and always made sure people saw him tip generously at restaurants. I worked from home as a freelance graphic designer. I handled our finances, paid the bills, and managed our modest savings. I believed in partnership. I believed in transparency. We had been married for 9 years. 9 years of shared dreams. 9 years of building what I thought was security. 9 years of believing I was loved. But looking back now, I realize something. Marcus loved attention. He loved power. And most of all, he loved control. The first red flag was small. He started insisting on handling investments. He said he had better connections. Better opportunities. Trust me, he'd say with that reassuring smile. And I did. Because I was his wife. The problems didn't explode overnight. They crept in quietly. First, it was late nights. Client meetings. Then it was secretive phone calls. Then passwords changed. One afternoon, I noticed our joint savings account was lower than usual. Not dramatically. Just enough to make me pause. I asked him gently. He laughed. Relax. Elena. I moved it to a higher yield account. I felt embarrassed for questioning him. Weeks passed. The distance grew. He stopped touching me. Stopped asking about my day. Stopped seeing me. Then one night, while he was in the shower, his phone lit up. I wasn't looking for anything. But the message preview appeared. Can't wait to see you again, T. My hands went cold. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. Not yet. I told myself it was nothing. Until I checked our bank statements again. That's when my world shattered. Large withdrawals. Luxury hotel charges. Expensive jewelry purchases. None of which I owned. When I confronted him this time, he didn't laugh. He turned cold. You're being paranoid. Maybe if you focused more on your appearance instead of spreadsheets, we wouldn't have these issues. That sentence broke something inside me. I locked myself in the bathroom that night and cried so hard I couldn't breathe. 9 years. And he reduced me to an inconvenience. But the real betrayal wasn't just the affair. It was the money. He had secretly opened 2 separate accounts. Accounts I wasn't aware of. Accounts funded by our shared income. He was preparing to leave me. Financially stranded. I almost gave up. For 2 days, I barely ate. I stared at our wedding photo and wondered how I missed the signs. But then something shifted. If Marcus believed I was weak, that would be his biggest mistake. You see, he forgot something. I handled the books for 9 years. I knew every tax document, every mortgage payment, every financial pattern. Quietly, I began documenting everything. Screenshots, bank statements, transfers, hidden accounts. Then I contacted a lawyer. A very calm, very intelligent divorce attorney who specialized in financial fraud cases. When I showed her the documents, she leaned back and said, "He thinks he's smart." That was the first time I smiled in weeks. Marcus continued acting superior. He started openly texting T. He even hinted that maybe we both needed space. He underestimated me completely. What he didn't know was that Texas is a community property state. Every dollar he tried to hide legally belonged half to me. And I was about to make sure the world knew who he really was. The opportunity came on a Sunday. Marcus had been invited to speak at our church about financial responsibility and integrity. I almost laughed at the irony. The sanctuary was packed. He stood at the front, confident as ever. Polished suit. Perfect smile. Talking about honesty. About leadership. About values. And then, my attorney stood up. Not loudly. Not dramatically. Just calmly. She approached the stage with printed documents. The room went silent. Marcus's smile faltered when he saw me standing behind her. The projection screen lit up. Bank transfers. Hotel charges. Luxury gifts. All time-stamped. All traced. Gasps filled the sanctuary. And then came the final slide. A photo of him entering a downtown Dallas hotel, holding hands with T. The exact same day he told me he was visiting his sick mother. That was the thumbnail moment. His face. Frozen. Color draining. Eyes wide with panic. I didn't yell. I simply said, "You wanted to speak about integrity, Marcus. Let's talk about it." He tried to grab the microphone. But it was too late. Within weeks, the divorce proceedings exposed everything. Hidden assets. Tax discrepancies. Misuse of joint funds. He lost his brokerage license. His reputation. And half of everything he tried to steal. And I walked away. Financially secure. The woman he left me for? She disappeared the moment the money dried up. Marcus moved out of our home and into a small apartment on the outskirts of the city. No more luxury cars. No more applause. No more admiration. Just consequences. I moved into a smaller home too. But it was mine. Fully mine. The first night alone, I sat on the floor with a glass of water and let myself cry again. Not from pain. From release. I learned something powerful. Betrayal doesn't destroy you. Silence does. If I had stayed quiet, he would have walked away wealthy and respected. Instead, he walked away exposed. Justice isn't loud. It's calculated. And sometimes, the most powerful revenge is simply refusing to be the fool. Months later, I ran into him unexpectedly at a grocery store in North Dallas. He looked smaller. Not physically, but spiritually. The confidence was gone. The arrogance replaced with something fragile. He avoided eye contact at first, pretending not to see me. But I saw the hesitation. The regret. And for the first time in years, I felt nothing. No anger. No heartbreak. No desire for revenge. Just peace. Because the truth is, exposing him wasn't about humiliation. It was about reclaiming my voice. He thought losing me would cost him nothing. Instead, it cost him everything. And the woman he underestimated? She rebuilt quietly. And beautifully. Justice didn't just punish him. It freed me.
Before you go, I just want to say thank you for spending your time with this story and being part of this journey. If this video moved you, taught you something, or made you feel less alone, please like the video and share it with someone who might need to hear it today. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Revenge Uncut. We're working hard to reach our first 1,000 subscribers, and your support truly means everything to us. Every single subscription helps this channel grow and allows us to keep bringing you real, emotional, and powerful stories like this one. Most importantly, leave a comment below. Tell us what you felt, what stood out to you, or what this story meant to you. We genuinely read every single comment, and your words inspire us more than you know. Thank you for being here, thank you for your support, and thank you for being part of the Revenge Uncut family.